G'day everyone, it's Chris, and look, today I'm going to take the MG ZS camping. So, what I'm going to do is we're going to get on the road. I'm going to keep me informed of the stats as to the state of charge, what the range is, and then we're going to run the car overnight with the girls inside camping. They're going to have the climate on, and that's obviously going to have an impact on, you know, the battery, but also the 12-volt battery. So there's another story there, which I'll link to later on. And yeah, this is going to be, I think, something that I'm going to learn from, because, you know, having an MG, or having an EV rather, you can go camping without fear of endangering yourself or others because of car fumes. Zero emission vehicle, this one. All right, let's get on the road and enjoy the trip. Before we get into the camping bit, let's just get some measurements down, okay? So across the back between the two wheel wells, it is 880 mils. From the back of the boot to the top of the seat is 1400 mils. So unless you're a short person, and I'm 170, that's not going to work for most people, is it? So what do? You got to do this. First up, move the front seats forwards. So we've got the seat all the way forwards, and we've got something to support the blow-up mattress. We have 1700 mils, so that would just do me. And in terms of what you can expect in comfort, one adult, very easy, very comfortable. The blow-up mattress that will fit in that size I mentioned earlier is basically a double. Yeah, you will have to find a size that's a little bit bigger, but remember, it is a blow-up, so it'll just sort of squash you on the sides. You could do two adults, but I think you're getting a little squashed, or definitely very easily, as you're about to learn, two kids. So here we are, we're now actually heading to Maryborough, and just wanted to interrupt that little footage of driving because, well, the MG Pilot, I gotta say, on freeways, highways, is actually pretty good. The nag factor is very low, somewhat. You still gotta keep your hand on the steering wheel, obviously, and it doesn't always recognize that your hand is there, so you will get this warning, but nonetheless, it actually turns the corners, stays centered very well, and it makes driving effortless, and I'm mighty impressed. We're now more than halfway, and so 90 kilometers done, and actually we're 2/3 the way there, and the range remaining says 117 kilometers. I've had it in normal driving mode, regen level 3, air conditioner's been on today, and yeah, well, this will be a cinch to get there. It really will. And I'm going to probably say this a few times in this video, but I'm going to say it now just in case I forget. This whole trip for fuel, electricity, is free. I filled up the car to 100% using our solar and battery. Absolutely no charge there whatsoever. When we get checked in to this caravan site, I learnt my lesson there. We'll be going into the town of Maryborough to check out the Tritium charger, which at the moment until the 2nd of April is also free. So if you're thinking of doing a bit of a road trip and you're thinking, hey, where shall I go? Head here, free electricity from a rapid charger. Yes. So yeah, like this whole trip that we're about to do, like I think it's about round trip 350, 400 kilometers. No fuel cost whatsoever. So at the end of the video, I will talk to what that would have actually cost if I had paid, and compare that to a petrol car. All right, we're getting close to Maryborough, and yeah, see you soon. So I've checked in, and this is going to be an experience because, well, for me, I haven't been in a caravan park since I was a kid, and for the girls, never. So it'd be fun to see how they find this experience. They're currently playing on a playground, and what we'll do is we'll go discover where the actual location of the where we're going to be tonight. But we won't unpack. We'll get into town, get some rapid charging done, and decide on the dinner location, because quite frankly I didn't have lunch and I'm kind of starving. I'll miss you if you go. Yes, I'm gonna let you know just how much I tell your mama. Okay, I'm hot and sweaty. It wasn't hard, but I did need help, so thanks to these guys for giving us a hand. Oh, you can tell the noob. You can tell the absolute noob. The guy needs a help with like just a 4-person tent. Tell you that I need you every day. You'll get weary of my touch. That's how much I'm gonna tell you that I want to let you know. Well, that was a fascinating experience. I ran into one of the guys. His name is Stuart, and he actually helps install these for the CVGA group, which I'll leave a link to somewhere up here. So here I am in Maryborough proper, getting some electricity for free. Awesome. It's a good feeling. It's an excellent feeling. It really is. So just across from me over there is actually the railway station, and in that direction, I feel like a flight attendant here, is where the Macca's is. There's also a shopping centre over there. So it's actually it's actually a very good location. Very good location. It's got like a Chatamo point as well as a CCS2. And right now it's only limited to 50 kilowatts, but will be ramped up to 75 when the whole network has been rolled out. And Stuart tells me from EVGA that the rollout is going to be like 20 locations within the next few months. So it'd be great if I could do a further story on this, and I'll reach out to them and I'll let you know. But otherwise, whilst this thing's getting charged, what do? You go get some food. So let's do that now. Doing two things on this journey. One is I'm testing out this rev unit, the JF.EGWO. It's like a 20,000 milliamp hour battery, and it does lots of things. It's got lights, it's got an air compressor, it's got jump start leads. It's kind of like a magical all-in-one. And so you can actually, if your 12-watt battery is flat, which this might have happened with the car, because we're camping in this thing tonight, right? And I'm going to keep the air conditioning going overnight, so the girls remain comfortable in here and safe, because there's no fumes. No, there's no fumes. That's going to degrade the big high voltage battery for sure, but I don't know if it's also going to degrade somewhat a 12-watt battery. It shouldn't, but to get a car started, you need that 12-watt battery. Otherwise, you cannot start your electric vehicle, which is ironic because you could have a full charge in that big battery, but if your 12 volts dead, you're going nowhere. So, enough talking. We need to get busy now, get some mattresses up and stuff like that. So, let's get busy. Fit for a king. I just filled my mattress and it got me thinking, hey, wonder this is actually drawing power through that 12 volt socket from the 12 volt, battery. And well, have a look at this. What you can see here is that as the amps go up, that means it's actually taking power from the big battery and using it. I don't know where, I can't tell you where, but I think because there's like this association between me turning it on, check it, see that? I think actually it is taking power from the large battery and keeping the 12 watt one at that lovely Goldilocks area. So that's reassuring. All right, I'm a bit disappointed in myself, and I'm reminded of that expression PPP, like, piss poor planning. I thought I packed both of the air mattresses, but unfortunately I hadn't. So unfortunately, girls, you're gonna have to put up with that doona, and I'll get out my sleeping bag because it's quite warm tonight. It's like 25 degrees still, and it's yeah, and it's 7:30 at night. So the girls can have my sleeping bag because I've got a doona for myself, and that will be more than enough. It's a summer doona, but yeah, that will do me. So between the two different layers there, the girls should be perfectly fine in the car. So yeah, a bit disappointed in that aspect of it because I really wanted to test out the battery pack pump thingy, but you know what, I'll run it tonight to give me some light inside the tent. I think all we can really do now is basically explore the local area and get ready for bed, and yeah, tuck these little munchkins in.
We are not munchkins, we are queens. You are our lawyer.
Lawyer?
Wait, what? No,
Doesn't make sense.
Oh my god! Honestly.
There's a few potential safety issues here if you're in an area that is maybe not so safe, and I feel completely safe here and I have no qualms with the car being left open. There are people camping here themselves in tents, and yeah, there's no safety issues. But if you did have some, you can lock, if you leave the keys in the car, and you can lock the doors with the central locking here, and then to get out of the door of the car from any door, you just do the door handle twice and you can get out. But then obviously when you get back in the car, you're going to relock it, so you're going to reach over rather awkwardly to press the central locking button again, because if you press the lock and the key fob, it will beep at you, and I won't do that now because it's getting late and I don't think the people around here will appreciate that very much.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, it's been a fun day. It hasn't been a necessarily tiring day. In fact, it's been quite pleasant compared to my last camping experience. So let's see what the morning brings. Oh, okay. Morning. We've had breakfast. We went to Macca's. Yeah. There's something about the hotcakes I just like. Do you like the pancakes, guys? Yeah. Anyway, classic. Last night I slept okay in the tent. I woke up a few times. It rained a little bit, so the noise of the rain was a bit annoying. And also there was a light directly opposite, you know, where we were, and it was quite bright in there. So there you go. But this video is about camping in the ZSEV. So girls, how did you find it?
Good, but I'm still tired.
You're still tired, yeah. Obviously they didn't actually sleep on a on a blow-up cushion thing, you know, blow-up mattress. So comfort-wise, it could have been a lot better. Were you cold or were you hot?
They were just right.
They were just right. There you go. So look, for the first 3 hours yesterday, from about 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock, the air conditioner was on, but then the temperature got quite cold overnight, and that's when I woke up and it was like 19 degrees out, so I actually came and turned the car off. And then I turned it back on at 6 o'clock. So all in all, I only had about 4 hours on for 7 hours overnight. Yeah, basically 7 hours. And so in those 4 hours, the car consumed, drum roll, 7%. The car consumed 7% of the battery. So basically down from 214 kilometers to 198. And so 198 kilometers, I could still safely get home without needing to charge, but we've come here just to get some more electricity, just so we don't need to think about it for the rest of the day. So I think if we had actually continued with the HVAC overnight, that 7 or 8% would have been closer to 14 or 15% for 7 to 8 hours. So I'm quite comfortable with that. That's a good thing to know. So essentially, I would have lost about, down to about 180 kilometers of range from 214. So about 30-35 kilometer penalty for running the HVAC overnight. we're home, and I've got to say it was a pretty good trip. I'm disappointed in myself that I forgot to include the light mattress for the girls, so next time I won't do that. Double check your packing, Chris. Yeah. Top tips for you. First up, yeah, get yourself a double mattress for this size. The dimensions I mentioned earlier will more than adequately work. If you're more than 170 centimeters tall, I wouldn't do it. I think you're going to be cramped up in the boot like fetal position, and you're not going to have a good night of it. Get also some shade block out for the windows. The light coming in, although these are tinted, was still enough to wake up the girls early. And if you're like me and you're a light sleeper and the sun gets you up, well, yeah, you're definitely going to need to shade some windows. The only issue I have with the MG ZS EV is that you can't actually turn off the pinnacle, the driver display, nor can you turn off the daytime run lamps. It might not be an issue if you're out in the countryside and you haven't got people or neighbours to you, but for us in that caravan park, I was a little conscious of it. There were street lamps in the area, plus we were also next to the toilet and shower cubicle thingy, so that had lights there anyway. So having the car on, and well, it actually really was on, to run the HVAC system comes also with those lights, and that'll be awesome if there's a way to actually turn those off, aka like test a camping mode. So look, if you think I've missed out on anything here, please put it down in the comments down below. I really did enjoy this trip, and so did the girls. It was a great experience, created some really good memories for us. And this is something that I think that people, if you have an EV, do it. Absolutely do it. Unlike conventional petrol cars that if you ran them, you seriously might, well, just in EVs, you can, so use them. They're brilliant. You can maintain either a nice cool cabin in summer or a nice toasty one in winter, and you can still drive your thing. And I think it's great for road trips for that very reason. So, look, if you have enjoyed this video, or you think, hey Chris, you forgot about this, or you forgot to mention that, please do put it down below, and I'll be sure to include it in my next video. If you enjoyed what you've been watching, consider subscribing. Join us somewhere over here on Patreon, and otherwise, you be good and you be green.